So this was the first Smackdown of 2018. I'll be brutally honest with you guys. I enjoyed Smackdown Live more than I ever enjoyed Raw yesterday. Regardless what people tell me, I really enjoyed Smackdown this week. Smackdown was far more enjoyable than Raw ever was. Raw was just plain boring, garbage. You name it. You name every bad word to describe Monday Night Raw, and that's what it was. It was just downright awful. So, let's talk about Smackdown Live. And of course, if there's one thing I really hate about WWE.com is that they're very slow on the updates with matches. So let's talk about Smackdown. We kick off the show with AJ Styles. I thought this was a lot different, but then Bryan and Shane eventually came out. But hey, at least it was something different, besides Shane McMahon. But I guess you would say it's still the same thing. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are on the opening program. But hey, at least, and I'm going to tell you guys this right now, and the reason why I'm not complaining about Shane and Bryan starting off, because they're in a feud right now. They're actually kind of, having a bit of an argument. SmackDown's opening makes more sense than Monday Night Raw's openings. Like I said on my Monday Night Raw review, whenever Kurt Angle comes out, you've always got Jason Jordan coming out. But when it comes to Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan, at least it actually makes sense with these two. So these two eventually came out bickering at one another. AJ Styles is caught in the middle of this. So Shane McMahon then apologizes to AJ Styles for making him lose his match to Kevin Owens last week, and he said he won't let that happen again this week. And AJ Styles even made a vow that he will beat Sami Zayn. So the situation between these two is getting higher and higher. First match was the Usos versus Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. Seriously, I always get the two mixed up. I don't know why. I'm so used to Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. I'm so used to it. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. So used to just saying Jordan and Gable. It was so much easier. Now I just wish they'd just put them back together. And now what's the bet when they do put Jordan and Gable back together? I say Benjamin and Gable. Benjamin and Gable versus the Usos. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This really left me with a sour taste in my mouth. This match should not have angered me, but it did. This match really angered me. And it's back to the whole point of what I said about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is being protected, and now it feels like it's the same thing with the freaking Usos. I feel like it's the same thing with the freaking Usos. It was absolutely ridiculous. This was absolutely unnecessary. We had Gable and Benjamin win the match, and the excuse they made is that Chad Gable wasn't the legal man. Chad Gable wasn't the legal man when he got the pin. Chad Gable got the pin, and apparently the excuse was that he wasn't the legal man, so they reversed the decision and they restarted the match. And as soon as that happened, I was like, the Usos are gonna win now. That's it. I'm dead serious. What is it? And I get it. It makes sense for the storyline. Sure, some people might say, oh, it's just to progress the storyline. they're gonna progress the storyline. So why are you complaining? I'm complaining is that it just felt so on purpose. I'm complaining because it felt so on purpose. I swear, this felt so on purpose. Because we had a controversy match on Monday Night Raw, it felt like, oh, we need to do another controversy match. That's just how I felt like. That's just how I felt. And I didn't like it. I felt like it was so forced. Like they were just forcing everything. This controversy ending should not have made a difference. We should have had new tag team champions tonight. I get, and I'm going to talk to you guys about something. I know this all too well, and please, I'm not a genius. I'm not a genius when it comes to professional wrestling, but when I listen to people, when I listen to what people have to say about things, and then they change their mind, and then they eventually change their mind, because I remember back in 2015, and before the Usos heel turn, everybody was calling them Uso boring. Everybody was hating the Usos. Everybody was sick and tired of the Usos. And ever since they've heel turned, all those people who said that Usos were boring, all those people who have said bad shit about the Usos, calling them boring, Uso boring and all that bullshit, ever since the Usos have turned heel, people have changed their opinions on them. People have changed their opinions on them ever since they turned heel. And guess what? They're not even heels anymore! They're not even heels anymore! This match was a dead giveaway that the Usos are now face. And of course there's going to be some people saying, oh, they're tweeners. They're not face. They're heels. People only like them because they're cool. No, it was clear cut. It was clear cut that Gable and Benjamin were heels. It was a clear cut that Gable and Benjamin were heels. Fans were booing them. Seriously. I didn't like the outcome. I really didn't. I didn't like how the match got reversed, and then they had to restart the entire thing. I swear, if you are related to Roman Reigns, and I don't care if I offend anyone, if you're related to Roman Reigns, you're never going to lose. The Usos are related to Roman Reigns. They're the cousins of Roman Reigns. So of course, the Usos are going to be protected. They're going to get the Roman Reigns. They're like the Roman Reigns of bloody Smackdown Live, the Usos. Seriously, I am so sick. I'm so sick and tired of seeing the Usos as tag team champions. I don't care how good they are. I really don't. I don't care how good they are. It's time for a change. It's time for a change. It's time for a change. I'm tired of it. This is probably the only thing I kind of didn't really like about SmackDown. We should have had new tag team champions tonight. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. What else did we have on the show? We had... Thing hurries up. Jeez, what the hell? Ugh. Oh my god, my friggin'... Oh, seriously, this thing's starting to annoy me. This thing is actually pretty annoying right now. I'm trying to get the friggin' results up. This computer's friggin' doing stupid shit. We had the Bludgeon Brothers on. Yeah, we had the Bludgeon Brothers. You know what? Forget it. I'll just wait. We had the Bludgeon Brothers. We had them. They were on again for a third week in a row. They're versing. For a third week in a row, they versed the Bludgeons. The Bludgeon Brothers are continuing to show why they're so damn dominant, and they plowed right through Brazango, and then the Ascension looked to come out and save their best friends again. But then this time they get clobbered. Well, so much for that. The Ascension get destroyed. We had more women announcing themselves into the Women's Royal Rumble match. We had everybody in the welcoming committee, well, the reuniting welcoming committee, now participating in the Royal Rumble match. Yes, even Lana. She counts as an active performer. Even Lana is in the match. And by the way, I think people are getting confused with what I am saying with the Women's Royal Rumble. When I say 19, I mean if you disclude the champions. People are getting confused. People are getting confused with what I am saying about the Women's Royal Rumble. Because I had my buddy King Schmidt mention what I've been saying about how there's 19 women. Now, he's obviously thinking on the wrong side here. Is that there's 21 women. If you count, that's Charlotte, Flair, and Alexa Bliss counting involved as well. That's 21 in total, counting Bliss and Charlotte. If you take Bliss and Charlotte out of it, it's 19. You got Fox, you got Dana, you got Oscar, Bailey, etc. Like everybody that's on the active roster. That's everybody on the active roster, including Nikki Bella and other people. So there's 19. And he's saying there's 16. I'm like, no, there's 19. If you discount the champions, it's 19. So there's 19 women going to be participating in the Royal Rumble, which is everybody that's going to be on the active roster. I just do not see it. And I think people should realize it by now. Everyone on Smackdown Live is participating in the Women's Royal Rumble. So Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair are not going to defend their titles. People keep saying Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss should defend their titles. They're not going to. And it's kind of obvious. It's kind of obvious that they're not going to defend their titles because Bliss's potential opponents who could have versed her at the Royal Rumble are in the Royal Rumble. Sasha, Bailey, Paige, Oscar. They're all in the Royal Rumble. So there's no way Alexa Bliss is going to defend her title. They're not going to put her up against Alicia Fox. They're not going to put her up against Dana Brooke. Every single person on Monday Night Raw and every single person on SmackDown Live is going to be put in the Royal Rumble match. So I'm telling you, 19 women. There's going to be 19 participants in the Royal Rumble match, including everybody that is on the main roster, and that also includes NXT and surprise entrances. Obviously, people are not listening to me, and they get everything confused. So yes, even Lana. Lana is also added into the Women's Royal Rumble match. So yeah, I wonder how... If it was up to me, I'd definitely have Lana as the number 1 entrant. But very, very easily have her as the number 1 entrant. Like, can you imagine... Can you imagine someone like Lana coming out like in the late 20s? I mean, God. I mean, God. Imagine Lana coming out in the late 20s. That would be very, very nauseating. Because they'll be thinking, why would they waste a spot? Waste a spot there. So yeah, we had more Women's Royal Rumble introductions. We had Baron Corbin, the former United States Champion, announcing himself into the Royal Rumble match. He's saying he can't wait. Well, I'm glad that you can't wait, Baron Corbin. But we all know you're not going to win the Royal Rumble match. We had Xavier Woods versus Aiden English. Aiden English wanted to sing, but instead Rusev took the microphone from him and he said, let me do it. So Rusev decides to sing parade in English, and that was very entertaining. Very entertaining. And I knew Xavier Woods was going to win this match. The reason why I knew is because it made sense. Jinder Mahal's the heel. You got Jinder Mahal, the heel, and obviously we know Mojo Rawley is going to beat Zack Ryder. Mojo Rawley is going to beat Zack Ryder to verse Bobby Roode, and Xavier Woods is going to win to beat Aiden English. Xavier Woods is going to win Aiden English and then lose to Jinder Mahal. I think we all know it's kind of obvious where the I think we all know what the final match is going to be. I think we all know the final round is going to be at the Royal Rumble with Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal. I think we all know that. So Xavier Woods gets the win with a springboard elbow drop from the second rope, which that really did look impressive, by the way. So then Xavier Woods got the win there. And then we had the women's match. Pretty sure we had another match, but, you know, it doesn't really matter. Then the women's match, we had the Welcoming Committee versus the Riot Squad. We had that match. And it looks like they were really trying to portray the the Welcoming Committee as faces. Because when Tamina got the tag, and she was getting all fired up, the crowd were really getting behind Tamina. That's a surprise. I found that pretty damn surprising, and the other thing that I really find really ridiculous is that Lana is like their manager. And yeah, she's a part of the group, but Liv Morgan got involved, and then Lana didn't even try to interfere. She didn't try to, like, get involved and to help out her friends. She just stood there. She just rather just stand there and scream. Seriously, that's what all that Lana was doing. Like, when Tamina was going up for the top rope for the finish, Liv Morgan came along and pushed her off, and then all Lana was doing on the outside was screaming. And I don't understand why she didn't try to, go up to Liv Morgan and attack her. I found that really, really ridiculous. I found that really, really silly. But maybe Lana just didn't want to botch. Maybe Lana just didn't want to embarrass herself. So the Riot Squad got the win with some kind of knee. Sarah Logan did some kind of weird knee move onto Tamina's head and got the pinfall on Tamina with the 1, 2, 3. I was actually very surprised they had Tamina take the pin. Very surprised. I was expecting Carmella to take the pin, but Carmella, she was the one that was just taking the beatdown. Carmella was taking the beatdown, and Tamina took the pin. I was kind of thinking maybe they should have had Natalya take the pin. Honestly, I really don't care. The best part about all this was the ending. In my opinion, this was the best part. Charlotte Flair came out, Ruby Riott was ranting about how magic is fake and we all live in some kind of reality. And then we had Charlotte Flair coming out, and then Charlotte Flair said that she's got 2 friends that wants to get revenge, and then out came Naomi, and then eventually they were going to walk down, but then they backed away, and then Charlotte Flair, I've got one more person that wants to make you all suffer, and then out came Becky Lynch. The return of Becky Lynch, and I was very happy to see Becky again. Can't wait to see her participate in the Women's Royal Rumble. I was thinking they could have saved Becky for the Rumble, but I'm okay with them bringing Becky back now. I think we all know, as clear as day, I think we all know that Nikki Bella is going to be saved for the Women's Royal Rumble. I think we can all agree that Nikki Bella is going to be saved for the Women's Royal Rumble match. I think we can all agree to that. And possibly Brie Bella as well. And then after that mess, we had Mojo Rawley cut a promo. He actually cut the promo before the first United States one, but wanted to talk about it here. Mojo Rawley cut a pretty decent promo. backstage. He cut a pretty decent promo. I've got to say, Mojo Rawley's done pretty. Even though it's his second, even though this is going to be his second time we're going to be seeing him as a heel, he's doing pretty good for himself at the moment. I said Mojo Rawley would have been better off being a heel, and I think my tuition is on the right track here at the moment. But we'll see what happens with them down the line in the future, heading through 2018. Anyway, let's talk about the main event. It was AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn. This match was very, very chaotic and very, very interesting at the same time. In the end, Kevin Owens, the referee fell out of the ring because he was trying to avoid them. And then AJ Styles did like did some kind of roll up, and then Kevin Owens is like grabbing the referee, preventing the referee from coming into the ring. And then the referee could clearly see AJ Styles pinning Sami Zayn. So Kevin Owens is purposely trying to keep the referee out of the ring so he doesn't pin him. And then the referee eventually dodges past Kevin Owens and gets into the ring and does the 1-2. Then Zayn kicked out. Then the referee turned back around to Kevin Owens, yelling at him. And then Shane McMahon got up on the apron, told the referee, kick Kevin Owens out of here. And then the referee kicked Kevin Owens out. And then Daniel Bryan grabbed the microphone and then said, Shane, if you're gonna kick Kevin Owens out, you may as well go with him. And then AJ Styles knocks Kevin Owens off with a punch because Kevin Owens tried to get a cheap shot on Styles. And then Sami Zayn with a haluva kick from out of nowhere and pins AJ Styles for the 1-2-3. And then AJ Styles was so pissed that he grabbed the microphone and he told Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan that he doesn't know what side that you two are on, but he's sick of them carrying on like children. And then he mentioned a handicap match, and then Shane McMahon said then Daniel Bryan said at the Royal Rumble, AJ Styles will defend his WWE Championship in a handicap match against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Well, I guess I'll give him credit for creativity. I was possibly thinking they were gonna pull another triple threat, but you know what? I'm fine with this. At least it's something creative, because this is a situation that I don't think WWE fans have really seen. I'm pretty sure this has happened in the past, but for people who don't know what's going to happen in a handicap match, so I'll help you guys understand. So in this handicap match, what's basically going to happen is that, for example, if Kevin Owens pins AJ Styles in this match at the Royal Rumble, Kevin Owens is the WWE Champion. But if Sami Zayn pins AJ Styles, Sami Zayn is the WWE Champion. And obviously, whoever AJ Styles pins out of Owens and Zayn, whichever one of the two he chooses to pin, AJ Styles retains the title. So that's how this is how the whole rules of the handicap match works for the WWE Championship. So anyway, guys, that has been my SmackDown Live review. Hope you all enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed SmackDown Live this week. Thought SmackDown Live was more enjoyable than Monday Night Raw ever was. Monday Night Raw was off to a poor start with the new year, and I gotta say, SmackDown Live was good. SmackDown Live was good. I think SmackDown's off to a good start for 2018. Sure, people might not have liked everything, but it is what it is, and I can't wait to listen to people shit on SmackDown, even though I think SmackDown was a good show. But anyway, guys, thank you all for joining me for this review. Now, there's actually one more thing I actually want to talk about. Actually, I'll talk about this another time, because I don't want to overlap this video any longer. So anyway, guys, thank you all for joining me. Hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts, and hit that bell and subscribe. Catch you later.